What is up, everybody? This is certainly a critical Bitcoin and crypto update in general. Now, my previous video, I don't know, about maybe 2 weeks ago now, I think we were somewhere over here in this range on Bitcoin. And I was looking for us to range above the yearly open. I said this specifically. I was anticipating a wave 4, so just some sideways ranging action going on up here, hoping and anticipating for an impulse to develop. It looks like we are getting that for sure. At this point, you can see we have a nice 5-wave impulse, which also just looks really beautiful. Almost fully developed. I am fully bullish at this point for the ongoing future of crypto markets and Bitcoin, especially after printing this bullish impulse, which there can be one other variation. I will show you that as well. But this is shaping up really nicely to finish here actually really soon, it looks like. Now, if we count this all the way up, we have a really nicely counted and clear 1, 2, 3, and our 4th wave. And if we zoom in on our last little 5th wave here, you can count an internal structure 1, 2, 3, and it looks like we are starting the range, if not one more pop for our 3 here. We're looking to start that 4, a very tiny little range here before one more final pop to get that internal 5-wave structure for our final 5th wave, which would be our first degree impulse of pretty much the strongest part of the bull market. Now, I don't think, just for psychology purposes, these highs over here, 109K or so, I think we stay right below those. We don't break all-time highs just quite yet. Unless, that is, the secondary count plays out, which I will still show you guys in a minute. But let's say turns into an ordinary impulse, meaning we top somewhere very soon. I would expect a rather now this, in the larger time frame, this is a wave 3 that we would be in, so our wave 2s most likely are going to be very brief and shallow. Now, they can be very sharp and quick. You can potentially get a really deep wave 2, but it's just a little less common. So maybe expectations for it to be more shallow is good here. Let's see. Potentially even, the 0.5 would be awesome. 0.382 to 0.5. Some type of ABC structure here. But, we don't even have to come as low as the 0.5. We could create a simple sideways structure, a flat pattern. Something like this, just a larger flat pattern. But any type of 3-wave structure, at least resembling a 0.236, 0.382 fib time of this wave 1. So let's see. Preferably, you'd like your wave 2 to end somewhere in this region, at least, just to give it the right look. And of course, that would be, let's say it's a simple ABC pattern here. That would be also maybe preferably sweeping this liquidity here one more time. Could be a perfect setup. But what I was saying, that would be the pretty much the final opportunity to get in here, seeing as this pretty much is printing and confirming as a wave 3 going into the end of the bull market here. We would be expecting that wave 3 of 3, which means the strongest, longest wave coming here with, common targets of currently where we're at 160,000. So let's jump over to another Bitcoin chart really quick. I'll show you the alternate count here. Let's move these around real quick. Now this could develop. It is a double 1-2 off the low. Now the only way this becomes more probable at this point is if we start moving up aggressively. And I mean continuing to move up beyond the all-time high and continuing. Excuse me. Now of course, an ordinary impulse is the first primary expectation here. You wouldn't want to jump to the double 1-2 conclusion unless you start seeing that follow through on volume. Now volume, if we look at our OBV here, go back to our Bitstamp chart, it's kind of died off on this move. This looks like classic 5-wave impulse behavior. If you were to ask me, if we look at the little volume profile here, we get a nice 1-2 strong and long 3, 4, and a weakening 5, which means we're ready to consolidate and pull back. And personally, I would be interested in looking for shorts currently where we are, and with one more push higher for sure, a little push higher. Then say, oh, I'm going to fully believe in this 1-2. I will switch and let the double 1-2 scenario show itself to me if it does keep moving up with strength. Until then, I would expect this scenario to happen. Like I said, at the same time, either way, we are heading into this strong wave of the bull market. Like I said, following ordinary cycle history, we're probably going to end in some type of ending diagonal as an extended fifth here. As you can see on the daily, we have a large 1, 2, 3 to our fourth wave. And because this section here, because it pulled back so deeply to the 0.5 fib specifically, this has to be and only can be another 1-2 or a bearish pattern. But because we have moved up so aggressively in a new impulse, which I was waiting for to confirm, this means this pattern has a very high probability that we are extending and finishing in an extended fifth wave of the bull market. Now, there is one other scenario that could come into play here, or if we zoom out and think of the cycle theory, or a 4-year cycle where we have that 1064-day bottom to top, and we have the 1435-day bottom to bottom, followed, with the 1-year bear market. That would mean we are to top on the 20th, right around the 20th of October of 2025, pretty much following this ending diagonal pattern. There is a chance that we extend out in an extended fifth of this extended fifth wave. Now, my thought process all along was we were not going to have a shortened cycle. If we were going to have a change in cycle, it would be a cycle extension. So having this extended fifth wave here, which is already an extension in itself, we could have an extension in the fifth of the fifth wave, basically. But I will save that for another video, as it pertains more to altcoins than Bitcoin, because a lot of altcoins are setting up in their Elliott wave counts where they just seem like they need a bit more time to fit perfectly to complete the bullish scenarios. But as of Bitcoin, this is the primary expectation here. We're heading up to 160K minimum before consolidating, and another larger 4 before heading up one more time in our fifth, probably finishing around 200,000 at the bare minimum. Now, like I said, I will create a new video for altcoins coming up here soon. And the scenario where that final fifth of the fifth wave could extend out into January, and we could get what would be known as a liquidity extension, where the cycle of liquidity is extending, so markets extend with it. If you notice, I have a global liquidity indicator here with the offset of 70 days, because it usually has a 70-day lag. We can see so far all these peaks here have lined up with Bitcoin's peaks, and this is just pretty much all of liquidity in the world, how much assets are liquid in the world. Now, as you can see, our current high is much higher than our previous high, so we are following expectations to align with this Elliott wave count, and we are going to continue higher as, of course, the global liquidity is continuing higher. Thank you for tuning into this Bitcoin video. Stay tuned for an altcoin video where I talk and go into more detail about that potential extension and why I think it's possible based on what Elliott Waves is showing. But for now, I hope you strap in, because it looks like there's a very high probability the crypto bull run, or the final phase of the bull run, is about to kick off. Thanks for tuning in.